Cam Ben said this morning that there was another players-only meeting. Was this one that the defensive players were in, or was it still offensive only? And even if not, Ben said that message from him to the offensive players, particularly the young skill players, is just getting them ready for the playoffs, a place where they haven't been before. What's the message from the defensive veterans to the younger guys who maybe haven't been?
Well, I think it was just an offensive meeting. I don't know too much into it, but for me and TJ and a lot of our older guys, it's about understanding that this isn't guaranteed. We're only on a limited number of days, and our discipline, our work, inside and outside of the facility has to be huge. You don't want to be saying what if. I've said that before, and there's countless opportunities that I've missed, and I don't want to look at this as an opportunity we missed. And I think stressing that to your young guys, understand you're no longer rookies. You're guys we count on, and we're going to need everybody to step up to make this run.
Jim Colony, 93.7.
Yeah, Cam, I know you watched from afar last game. Chubb did some damage early, especially on that long run, and then they kind of seemed to go away from him. Would you expect to see more of Chubb on Sunday night?
There's going to be plenty of Nick Chubb. I think, they didn't want to show their whole hand, but, they are very capable of running the ball, and he's the engine that gets everybody going. You stop the run, you put them at a disadvantage, but they're going to give him a lot of carries to see if he can set the tempo, and it's up to us to stop him. If we don't, push him back and get into that backfield, we're in for a long day.
Mark Cavalli, The Athletic.
Hey, Cam, you lose a guy like Hayden. Usually it could be a death sentence, I guess, to a lot of defenses, but Sutton has proved to be able to play pretty well at that position. How unique is it for a guy who can play nickel, dime, safety at times, to then move over to the corner and play like he has?
Well, first of all, we're going to miss Joe. I know Joe really wanted to be a part of this game. I told him right then and there that the goal is to get him back for the divisional, but that's us taking care of our business. But then when you talk about Cam Sutton, I like to think we have him and Mike, who are guys who can play multiple positions. It's a luxury we have. We've had to count on it in the past, and we're going to have to count on it here. Cam Sutton's capable of doing that. He's going to, make himself some money. He keeps playing like the way he is.
Brian Batko, Post-Gazette.
Yeah, Cam, what was it like watching that game from home Sunday? I mean, do you just watch the TV broadcast that the rest of the country does, or you guys have some sort of setup where you can, maybe see more of what's going on the field, like if you were there?
No, it was pretty basic for me. I was in the living room with my kids and my wife, and they were hanging on to me, and I'm trying to pay attention, jotting down notes as the game's going down and texting back and forth with TJ. We were pretty locked in, just trying to watch the game. Makes you sick to your stomach when you can't play. I've had the opportunity, it's not a benefit, but, not being a part of a game and watching from afar, and you never want to be a part of that unless it's for a good reason, like, health and making sure guys are able to rest up. But, you watch things and you're like, all right, like this is what they're doing, and hopefully I can help out. But, the key to success is in the practice field, and we got to make sure we take care of our business.
Yeah, Cam, is it magnified for you? Because in 2016, when the Steelers made that run, you were on IR. So it's been a while since you've experienced a playoff win.
Yeah, the last time I was in the playoffs, we lost to Jacksonville. And everybody knows how that went. And, for me, I feel like, there's not a lot of opportunities left. And I got to really take advantage of this opportunity. It's a privilege to make it to the playoffs. You look at our past 2 seasons, I thought we had really good teams, but we didn't make the playoffs. I'm going to relish this. I'm going to embrace this moment, and I hope my guys do too.
Last question, Will Graves, Associated Press.
Cam, you guys have been really successful against these guys at Heinz Field. I don't think you've lost to them here for quite a while, not in your career. I mean, that might not be a factor like on the field on Sunday, but from a mental advantage standpoint or from a confidence standpoint, is knowing that you've had that success be something that you guys can sort of rely on if things get sideways a little bit?
I don't really rely on that. I think I rely on our work we put in. It might not start off pretty. A lot of games don't. But for us, we just got to rely on what we've done. We've been put in every situation possible this year, and it's up to us to understand that. And, I think we can rely on the work we put in throughout the year rather than, worrying about, we've had a winning record versus them at home. Let our work display what we know, and I think we should have some fun on Sunday.
Dave, I'm just wondering, you were nicked up a little bit earlier in the season with a couple of different things. You made it through week 17, I guess it would be. How's your body feeling at this point? And could you have used the week off last week?
I think we all could. I think at this point in the year, everyone's tired, everyone's banged up. There's no excuse for it though, because everyone's at the same level. It's been a long season, but this is the fun time. If you can't get excited for this time of year, then I don't know what to tell you. So everyone, like I said, everyone's in the same kind of boat with the way their body feels. But I feel good, all things considered.
Tim Benz.
Dave, I know a lot of times this year we've talked about how the short passing game is quote unquote replaced or substituted for the run game. But I was kind of wondering what you think about how does the run game help that short passing game if that short passing game is what you guys are really good at when you're really humming on offense?
Yeah, I just think it goes back to being balanced and keeping the defenses honest. If you're only one dimensional, it's easy to script for it. There's only so much you can do, but if you can complement the things and keep them guessing a little bit, that makes our life easier on offense. But like I said from the get go a couple of weeks ago, it's whatever it takes to win. I don't really care how we get it done, but it's definitely easier that way.
Brooke Pryor.
Dave, when we've talked to Al, he calls you Doomer Dave, says that, you can be a pessimist, all that. But when you look at this season and just what you guys in the NFL has been able to accomplish to finish week 17 on time, start the playoffs on time. I mean, when you sit back, are you surprised, or what's your reaction when you look to see what you guys have been able to do this year, given all the circumstances?
Yeah, Al. It was a crazy year. This whole thing's been new to everybody, unprecedented times. You know what I mean? So you don't really know what to expect, but it's been nice to be able to play football and kind of get in a rhythm. The virtual stuff became kind of normal, all this stuff, and kind of flew by. So it's nice to be at this point. I thought the integrity of the season held up pretty well, which was great for fans. I thought that was my biggest concern. Really, was a lot of guys missing games. We had that here and there, but I think for the most part, everyone's happy with the playoff teams and this situation not going forward. And the fans are what matters. So I'm sure they'll be happy, and we're ready to get to it.
Dave, I asked Ben this a little bit earlier, but a lot of the guys on offense, this is the first time they're going to the playoffs. So for you guys that have been there before, what do you say to them this week? What's the message that you're kind of relaying to them?
I think every guy's different in the way they lead. Me versus Ben. I think some guys talk more, some guys just lead by action, and I don't change. You know what I mean? I know it's a playoff week, and there's enough hype as already. So just kind of take the same preparation I would any week and just be there. Be in that same personality. Don't make sure guys that maybe are nervous, show them that I'm calm. You're just doing it. It's still football. You know what I mean? It's still a game. And I think every leader kind of takes a different role in how they work.
Got time for two more. We'll go back to Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Dave, looking at Al coming to the end of his contract, his future here is still, kind of up in the air. When you look at kind of the time that you guys have shared, the long drives into the facilities, stuff like that, I mean, what do you take away from that? And what are those conversations like with him that you guys have as you're carpooling to work?
Yeah, it's been fun. It really has. It's kind of been surreal, kind of thinking this may be the last year together. You never know what the business side of it. We both know, everyone knows what it is, but it's been fun. Great getting to know him. He's a great person, great personality. Loves to argue. A lot of random conversations, politics, the economy. Maybe a couple war stories earlier on when he was still a little close to that time in his life. But just being friends and being there for each other is great, especially in this business when you're stressed out and if one guy's having a bad day, the other guy pick him up, kind of thing. It's great. It's been a lot of fun.
And Joe Rutter.
Yeah, Dave, what was it like having Matt back today? And can you speak to the job Kevin did while Matt was out?
It's great to have Matt back. It's great to have that depth back, because Kevin's. I haven't seen a rookie play this well since as a lineman since I've been here. So speaks highly to Kevin. I think he's done an amazing job, and he's going to have a heck of a career.